Day 5 of no chips. I think I'm gonna die in this house. Hi! Hey! My name is Lilac and welcome to Never Ending Evas or the Evas. How do you? Mali. Ganito. Am I getting glare? Okay. Sorry. Nagta-thumbnail lang. Bawal ba mag-thumbnail? Never ends. Hi everyone! Hello! You know, I've talked about it on the pod, but I've said this here multiple times. I do a really good Droopy impressions. Do you know Droopy from ano ba siya? Looney Tunes ba si Droopy? Basta nasa Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Oh, Looney Tunes ata. Looney Tunes. So Droopy is part of the Looney Tunes cast, and in the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the movie, he's the elevator cartoon guy, and he goes going up here, going down here, and I think it's like so good. I think I do it so exact. At least how I hear it, I think it's super like accurate. Going up here, I feel bad, sir. Right? Don't you think so? You go watch. Go watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Watch the Droopy scene and contrast and compare. Going up here. Going down here. Mind your steps here. Exactly. Many talents are being exposed today. Hi! I didn't explain to you why I missed another episode of Pod. I was initially gonna shoot it in my bed, and then my tapestry fell off. So I was like, you know what? This is God's sign. I need a rest. I need to not make a podcast for the week. But I'm back. Welcome back to me with pink hair. I am also finding it out now during this episode of the pod that my hair isn't as pink at the back than it is in the front. Or maybe because I showered kanina and I accidentally stripped off the color on the backside. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try to fix it later. But for now, I don't know. I feel like I was also like coloring my hair at night and I was just trying to like, I'm always doing this stuff by myself. So I'm not entirely sure how they look like. But it looks nice. At least from where you're seeing me right now, I think it looks great. That's perfect, actually. If you're seeing the title of the pod, today we're doing more. Or I will be doing this often. You are marking this now. I'm coming in here on this podcast to be doing our ABYG every now and then. And today, we got a few stories from our Ako Ba Yung Gago Kapitbahay edition. So this is our like little Marites cosplay. I hear our neighbors, and I feel like what a fitting to call this first specific topic for this podcast, because I am a menace to whoever lives here. Because I'd be recording this. I've been recording this random times of the day. There is no specific. At least this year, it has lessened. But I mean, last year we did this. This was like every week. This was happening, and there are times here, and I feel like I've rewatched an episode of the podcast. I'm like, he needs to like calm down. You need to like drink some water or something. Because I feel like sometimes I'm shouting here. There's times here, because like sometimes the Ebas, I'm like, I am really passionate about whatever the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm screaming, I'm shouting, and I'm like, I'm mad or I'm happy. I don't know. But I'm shouting. And this, you guys don't see, movie magic. This is a balcony. I am shooting in the balcony. Oh, I didn't even explain earlier why I wasn't able to, why I was supposed to shoot in the bed. It's because my electric fan broke. So I didn't have an electric fan for like a week, I guess. Because I was planning to get a new electric fan naman na talaga, and my electric fan was kind of dying. So it has officially died, and I got a new electric fan. It's great. I love my new electric fan. It's Also, it's been like cold lately, so I don't know what the reason was, but I got really sweaty here. This is the balcony. I also like have like a curtain situation on the balcony because it rains and then sometimes the rain gets in my back. I know, whatever. It's a whole ordeal. And right now it's in like my balcony is in a pretty good place, which I love, honestly. So yun, updates, pink hair, new electric fan, back at the balcony. Kala mo naman umalis ako dito. Eh, last nyong kita sa akin, nandito naman ako. Anyways. Hi. For those who are uninducted, this is your first episode of the pod. There are currently three main formats of the pod, which is the standard EBAS list, which is the three things I want to talk about on the pod. The lists. So these are the best and worst food of all time, best and worst fashion, mga ganun. Best and worst list, or it's just like it's just a list. Versus, I would say na parang like the three EBAS list usually is like a topic that I'm talking about for a while. The list is usually like a bunch of stuff, right? And yeah, the last one being the reading stories, because now officially we have become a reading story. Because you know what? And I said this last time. I do enjoy reading shit on here. I do enjoy having to go on this podcast, read some bullshit, and then reacting like I have stakes in this. I am now bothered because I'm like, if I face you like this, great, sure, fine. Audio listeners, look away. If I'm facing you front like this, it looks fine. If I tilt my head down a little, what the hell? How did I miss that? But I mean, you can tell it's a little pink, so I put dye on it. It's just not a very, like, bang up job. Listen, I can retouch. I have time to retouch. Okay. Anyways, without further ado, this is r/ako ba yung gago? Basics of this Reddit subreddit, DKG, di ka gago, GGK, gago ka. Oh, tapos may nandito yan. Basahin ko na nga. Wait lang. r/ako ba yung gago? Okay, wait. Let's get into it. Oh, fuck. I closed it. Let's get into it. Oh my god. Okay, yan. Ayan. The comment section format. GGK, gago ka. Sagot sa post kung feeling mo kagaguhan yung ginawa ni OP. DKG, di ka gago. Sagot sa post kung nasa tama si OP. Okay. LKG, lahat kayo gago. Walang tama sa inyo, puro kayo pabigat sa mga magulang ninyo. Exactly. Or, info. Nakakalito ba ang storya ni OP? Comment your question. Answers to this question should also have info type on it. So those are the main stuff that people are replying to each post. The stories I've gathered today, I've only read the title, but since I was planning to shoot this like last week, a majority of these are like I picked last week. So you are coming into this as fresh as I'm coming into this, titles included, because I barely remember what I picked. But there were only a few na mga sa like kapitbahay related stuff. So these are like the kapitbahay tea of it all. Anyways, dami ko na magdaldal. Ano naman tayo? Anyways. Let's start with the first story. Okay. Story number 1. Ako ba yung gago kung accidentally kong nasunog yung bahay ng nanloob sa amin? What the fuck? Okay. Nilooban kami kagabi. Kasama nanakaw yung project ko na wireless fireworks. Crude design, but yeah, it worked. Yung remote na nakatago, tago ko Yung remote na nakatago, pagkatago-tago ko at may kapatid akong batang... Okay. Basta yung remote nakatago na maayos. At may kapatid akong batang pakailamero. Pinindot ko just for shits and giggles bago ko itapon. Walang magawa yung pulis after namin mag-report dahil wala naman kaming CCTV. Wala ding CCTV neighborhood. Wala din kaming aso pala. Wala. Basta yung bahay namin na may gate lang, yun lang, nakalock naman, but magaling yung akyat bahay. Kahit kapit-bahay pala namin, kasi narinig kong nagputukan yung fireworks. Gag. Kinutingting yun nung nagnakaw kasi naka-disable yun. Yung ka-group ko, yung nag-program, so I don't know how it fully works. And please, wag magtanong sa comment section kung paano namin nagawa. It was a work in progress and not sure kung gagana nga. But back to the topic, nag-activate yun at nasunog yung bahay nila. Hindi pa kami tinuturo at wala akong planong umamin. Nagalit mama ko sa akin dahil kawawa naman daw, lalo na at nasunog yung pets nila. At may na-hospital. Yung papa ko hindi galit sa ginawa ko, pero galit sa project ko kasi that could have been us. Valid. Yung ate ko din galit kasi magkano lang naman daw yung worth ng mga nanakaw compared sa bahay nila na hindi ko naman sinasadya na ako nakasunog. Damn. It's like, okay, right, tapos na natin. Feeling ko, gago ako kasi indirectly ako nakasira. Naawa ako sa kanila kahit papano kasi wala silang matuluyan kasi sunog na sunog bahay nila sa tagal ng bombero. Ako ba yung gago sa pagpindot ng remote? I know there's a low chance na mangyayari yun, but I didn't care at that time. Okay. Early verdict. It's the same idea as, you know, the guy who does yung glitter package Amazon box kinesa sa YouTube. Yung parang ina-upgrade niya every year, may mga fart spray na siya. Pag binubuksan mo, umiikot ng, ano tawag dito? Madaming umiikot na, tapos it glitters your entire room essentially. There's fart sprays involved. And it's blaring really loud music. But it's in that sort of vein where it's like vigilante justice, which we've discussed here last time. Like, it's like, it could be good, could be not. Alam mo yun, na parang, ako, early verdict, parang, no, again, you were just like, alam mo yun, like, and threw it in the trash. Hindi mo naman alam na mangyayari yun. Although, at the back of although I feel like that's why he posted this question on here. Kasi at the back of his head, it could have worked. But, alam mo yun, like, what are the chances na it was gonna burn the magnanakaw's house down? Diba? Okay. Comments. Di ka gago. Una pa lang, hindi naman mapupunta yung project mo sa bahay nila kung di nila kinuha. Ha. Okay, valid. At least nalaman mo rin kung sino. Ewan ko na lang kung magreklamo pa yung nanloob, matik ka questionin ba't nasa kanya project nyo. Tsaka deleted pala yung si OP. Other comment, tsaka nalaman nila na gumagana yung project nila. Naging unwilling test subjects tuloy yung magnanakaw. Valid. Yun siguro yung point. Gumana yung project. Amy. Okay. Di ka gago but holy shit, that was hilarious. Right. Sad lang akala ko na hospital yung pets. Bakit na ano? Ay, nasunog yung pets. Namatay yung pets. Damn. At may na hospital. Holy shit. Okay. Di ka gago but holy shit, that was hilarious. Right. Sad lang na may namatay na pets but that's on the akyat bahay. Katulad. Okay. I just read something that like okay, completely NSFW. I am not even mentioning it here. Just know it was some like diabolical thing that the commenter watched somewhere. Na karma related. But I do feel like sorry. Ang ligalig ko. The main thing of it is a lot of it is karma. Feeling ko at the end of the day, OP's not gago because it was like, had the universe have other plans for them, the project could have not worked. we have no idea how far the magnanakaws are. So pressing the remote could have virtually done nothing, right? So parang like, what if kabilang ano pa sila, malayo pa, and then hindi na inabot ng ano ng remote. So, alam mo yun, like, they were in a, like, the magnanakaws were in a circumstance na parang like, the universe willed for this to happen to them. Unfortunately, I believe in that. I'm believing in that stuff. Sorry. We're getting oogie spooky in here. Okay. Di ka gago, fuck around and find out. Ika nga, RIP sa pets, but consequence na rin yan kasi nakagaguhan ng magnanakaw. If di nyo naman kapitbahay yung nagnakaw, di naman din mag-react ng ganyan yung family mo. Granted, may safety hazard talaga ang pyrotechnics. So even if hindi mo naman talaga kasalanan, keep this in mind and proceed with caution if gusto nyo pa ituloy yung project. On the other hand, at least alam mong gumagana siya. Oh, yun. Di ka gago. It's the universe fulfilling your neighbor's karma for you. Di ka gago, pero need yung mag-ingat. Baka balikan kayo ng magnanakaw na yan at gantihan kayo. So, gawa ulit siya ng ibang project. Anyways, final verdict. Personally, di siya gago. I feel like, alam mo yun, series of unfortunate events has led to that thing enacting karma onto the robber. And, you know, okay. Story number 2. Ako ba yung gago for asking my mom to not allow Muslim tenants sa apartment namin? Whoa! Title verdict. What the fuck, man? Okay. Whoa. I read the title out loud and the universe is like, you stop that. Okay. May nag-inquire kasi sa amin na gustong umupa ng 2 units sa apartment namin. Muslim daw sila. Ang sabi ko kay mama, sabihin na lang na naka-reserve na yung units. Honestly, medyo natakot ako kasi ang dami kong nababasa at narinig din na kapag Muslim daw ang tenants, madalas maingay, magulo at minsan daw nakakaproblema sa kapitbahay. Di ko naman sinasabi lahat sila ganun pero hindi ko rin maalis yung worry. Oh. Okay. Tapos every weekend, my family get together kami nagba-barbecue. Medyo maingay, may usok and all. Baka maging issue pa sa kanila. Lalo na kung religious restrictions nila ayaw na smoke or pork. Ngayon iniisip ko, ako ba yung gago dito? Very early and I think final verdict. OP, you're racist. Or not racist. What's the word? What's the word when you... Oh, OP, you're Islamophobic. Get that checked. What is wrong with you? Also, to generalize a whole group of people to be like, oh, because I heard that they're noisy and they're magulo and they're nakakaproblem sa kapitbahay. That's anybody. Muslim or not. You could have a Christian come in and be like, Kristiyano po kami. And they could be magulo. They could be maingay. And they could be maraming problema sa kapitbahay. Valid concern yung barbecue, but I feel like that could be easily resolved by when they ask, you'd be like, oh, is it okay na every weekend we do like a barbecue thing here? That might be a consideration on your part. Not necessarily OP, gago ka, you are Islamophobic. Let's start with that. Okay. Let's read the comments. Whoa! Okay, I am gonna start reading to you the comments. Di ka gago. Relatives ko Muslim, nakasama ko sa bahay ng matagal na panahon. Huwag na kayo magpaupa ng Muslim kasi magiging problema yung pagluluto ng barbecue at ingay. Especially pag oras ng dasal. Madalas pa ang dami lagi nila bisita kapwa Muslim. I am finding out in real time. Hindi naman finding out. I've been new. That Filipinos are so Islamophobic. Ako guys. I mean, I've talked about it on here before that I lived like a majority all of my formative years. Let's say, I was there from like grade 3 until 4th year high school. I lived in Dubai. for the whole time. So, I live in a Muslim country for most of my life. Di na siya most kasi mas matanda na ako than yung most na yun. Anyways, basta. You are, alam mo yun, like, that's just Islamophobic. Oh my God. Hello? Okay, sorry. Let's continue. Di ka gago, apartment owner here as well, handed down from my parents. Merong unwritten and unspoken policy dad ko to never allow Muslim tenants because of the same reason ng writer. However, I try to sway them to become non-biased and non-racist. Tried twice na, charged to experience, isa ka mag-anak namin na half Muslim, ginawang drug din yung unit, na raid pa kami ng mga polis. Yung isa naman, ang sabi, mag-isa lang siyang titira, yun pala, ang pamilya na bumibisita on and off, sobrang isang dosena. Pag alis niya, naging basurahan ng unit at ang baho di mo mawari. Maski pinsan ko nagsabi, di niya alam kung paano nila na kayang manirahan sa ganun na kondisyon. Itong recent na Muslim tenant ko, ang pinakatamahimik, malinis at marunong makibagay, working as an engineer and follows the religion of Islam strictly. Mayroong mini altar na may Quran at prayer mat. Ang unit niya mabango at malinis. Actually, ang educated na Muslim na mas gusto manirahan kasama ang mga Christians kumpara sa kalahi nila. Mas tahimik according sa mga Muslim na kakilala ko. This is just Islamophobic, you guys. Just like, oh, look at this one other Muslim dude who's a good tenant. Then you're the problem. Hello? I feel like there is a way to scope out what possible problems you might have with unruly tenants without having to resort to be like, but because Muslims are like insane. Parang let's start with that. Why can't we just be like, oh, the tenant that's coming in to our building, I background checked them. And they don't seem to have a good track record with the places they've lived in. Why can't we end it there? Why are we going, oh, because you're Muslim? Hello. Oh my God. Guys! Totoo yan, Muslims naman parang Catholics lang din. May mga iba-iba ding hygiene. Pero kapag strict followers ng Islam, pinaka-important sa kanila, cleanliness, like washing ng hands and feet and mouth. Pero madami sa kanila sadyang baboy at napakatamad maglinis ng This is you know what this is giving? This is the exact same story as remember when her date was like Chinese and everybody in the comments like, so what does that have to do with him being Chinese? The whole time I was just like, you just got a rude person. You just got an evil person. I don't think it's because they're Chinese. There might have been things that have like, you know, aligned or like affected them or like shaped them culturally that might be a Chinese trait. But that doesn't mean, alam mo yan, like, gets ba? Being a decent person is universal. So singling out one single religion, singling out one single race to be like, you guys are dirty, is racist, is Islamophobic. Whoa. Okay. I'm trying to see, because a majority of the comments are di ka gago, which I don't agree with. Sabi, okay, I just saw gago ka. Gago ka, pero gets ko yung sinasabi mo. Generalization at Islamophobia ang tawag dyan dahil sa mga sumusunod. Hindi mo binigyan ng pagkakataon to interview your potential tenant. Period. Hindi mo binigyan ng chance to inform them sa mga rules and regulation ng paupahang bahay nyo. 3, nag-decide ka lang base sa concern mo sa mga nababasa mo online. Exactly! If na-confirm mo na tamang hinala mo at ayaw mo ng ganung mga practice sa paupahan mo, di ka sana gago. Pero bilang negosyante, desisyon mo yan. Gago ka nga lang. Oh, thank you. Because I was looking for somebody who was like, you know, I'm not like going insane with these comments. Yan, gago ka. Gago ka for generalizing, but you have the right to decline. Islamophobic ang dating mo sa post mo. Thank you, thank you. Reply to that. This, ilagay mo sa sarili mo sa sitwasyon nila na hindi nagpapaupa ng mga foreigners sa ibang bansa pag nalaman na Pilipino. Pangit sa pakiramdam, di ba? Ba't kailangan mang discriminate? Meron naman sigurong paraan sa pwedeng gawin para ma-check mo kung okay yung potential client, potential mong tenant. Gago ka, OP. Thank you. Thank you. I thought I was going insane with all these di ka gago replies. Damn. Ayun! So somebody replied, di ka gago, and I maybe downvoted on this one, pero na-try ko na magkaroon ng boardmate na Muslim. And bakalat kahit saan lang nilalagay yung mga basura. I had an experience na nilagay niya yung bingo wrapper sa may bintana instead of throwing it sa bin. Somebody replied, not gonna downvote you, but I think it's a person problem and hindi naman related sa pagiging Muslim yon. Thank you. Thank you. The hell? The hell? It's so weird. It's so weird. Ay, there. Oh, somebody replied. Natry ko na yun magka-boardmate ng Catholic. She would put used oil pabalik sa lagayan ng new oil. It was my oil, by the way. Another Catholic boardmate, I hated her washing the dishes kasi pag siya yung naghugas, ang dami pa natitirang kanin and stuff. She would also bring her sex partners sa apartment and we could hear them. Also another Catholic one who would pick the lock to our rooms just because she can. Also, my school was mainly Catholic and girls would throw out their sanitary napkins everywhere but the fucking bin. Need I go on? Thank you. Thank you. I am going, okay. Next story. Final verdict, gago ka OP, you're Islamophobic. Let's end it there. Story number 3. Okay. Ako ba yung gago kung tinapon ko sa private property yung tsinelas ng manyakis na pwede? Ano daw? Ako ba yung gago kung tinapon ko sa private property yung tsinelas ng manyakis na pedicab driver? Okay. May kapitbahay kami na pedicab driver. He's in his 40s. And I don't know why bakit ako ang laging bunot niya. May incident na it was the day after New Year and lasing pa rin siya. Ako may binili ako sa tindahan and nilapitan niya ako and tried holding my arm. I folded my arms sa chest ko that time while waiting for my turn. I stepped back. Sinabihan niya ako ng parang ang linis-linis mo ah. Second incident. Tinawag niya akong puta kasi tumanggi ako sumakay sa pedicab niya. Walking distance lang naman yung karinderya sa bahay namin. Ba't ako magbabayad ng 15 to 20 pesos sa isang likuan lang sa karinderya na? Chinichismis pa niya ako na iba't ibang lalaki ang inaangkasan ko. Dapat siya na lang daw. Nagbubuk ako ng angkas pa. That's stupid as fuck. Nagbubuk ako ng angkas kasi ayaw ko man traffic at malate. Tapos kanina, binastos na naman ako. Naka-duster ako neto yung pang nanay, kahit single na nasa 30s pa lang ako. Dito ako komportable. Tinawag niya akong losyang, excuse me? si Opie na offend. Oh, sorry Opie. So ito na nga. Lumabas ulit ako kasi may bibilhin. Nasaktuhan ko na masarap tulog niya sa pedicab niya. I don't know where this is going already. What the fuck? Nasarap tulog niya sa pedicab niya na nakapark sa ilalim ng puno. Ginawa ko, dahil ala naman at ibang tao at CCTV, tinapon ko sa private property yung tsinelas niya. Yung may-ari niyan is kaaway niya, tapos nagpasimple akong naglakad palayo. Ako ba yung gago? So ginawa kong pagtapon ng tsinelas. I'm gonna say on here, again, early verdict. Whenever we read a story where this person enacts revenge on somebody who is done them dirty multiple times. Alam mo yun? You've had multiple incidents in your belt and you decided to like get revenge this time, get petty. I feel like di ka gago. Alam mo yun, like, it's balanced out. It's not even still balanced out. You still like, alam mo yun, like, a lot of these incidents could have like escalated and thank God that they didn't. But like you're just be like, you know what? You know what? You know, I'm feeling it today. I'm a fuck shit up. It wasn't even like it was just like you were just stirring the pot. So early verdict, di ka gago, OP. Oh, okay. This is really shocking. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, the first two replies. I'm gonna read them to you. Gago ka. Dahil walang mangyayari sa ginawa mong pagtapon ng tsinelas, ipabarangay mo na yan. O kaya mas mabuti pa, idiretso mo na sa polis. Wow, my women's desk doon. Oh, okay. Second dead, gago ka OP kasi imbes na ireklamo sa barangay police, dinaanan mo pa sa pagiging petty. Oo, mawawalan siya ng tsinelas, pero yun lang yun. Sa susunod naman yakin bastusin ka, reklamo, ipablotter mo para dadamputin na siya kapag binastos ka niya ulit. Okay. My comment. Wow. My comment on this is that these are like, I don't know. I feel like these incidents have like happened a bunch, but I feel like it'll one again effort on her part who just wants to live her life. But again, I agree with the comment na parang sa susunod naman niya basusin ka, reklamo mo na. Parang like, you know, peace of mind for everybody in the neighborhood that this man is doing crazy. Because like, high chances hindi lang din siya yung binabother nung guy na to. But also like, I don't think like warrants to call OP the gago. Anyways, just me. Gago ka kasi baka madamay pa yung kapitbahay ninyo. Baka gumawa ka lang ng away. And don't do that again. Di ka ba natatakot sa kanya? Paano kung biglang magising? Nilalagay mo sa pahamak ang sarili mo. Bakit siya yung gago? Mas mabuti kung indirekta mo na yung problema sa barangay. He's alarming. I-insist mo na mablotter. Those satisfying naman yung ginawa mo, tama siya, reklamo mo sa barangay. Baka akala niya okay lang yung ginagawa niya na. Okay. In his sick head, nagliligawan kayo. Pag formal lang complain mo, tsaka mo itago ang tsinelas niya. Sa kanal na lang next time. AKBG. Ito pa. Okay. The comment was, AKBG ito, pwede naman gumawa ng R Petty Revenge PH kung talagang tuwa kayo sa revenge. I guess because it's like, people flip-flopping, like, I mean, Petty Revenge versus, like, you should have done something, like, properly about this. Which is both valid, I fear. For me. Di ka gago OP, deserve mawalan ng siya sa manyak na yan. Dapat pati ka din na tinapon mo na din. Gago ka. Alam mo mas dapat mong ginawa, isumbong mo sa tatay mo o kaninong lalaki na alam mong ipagtatanggol ka. Okay. Wow. Why gotta be a man? Kung ano man mangyari sa'yo in the future, knock on wood, meron nakakaalam na sino pwedeng gumawa sa'yo nun. Dapat sa mga ganyan, makahanap ng katapat. Di ka gago, minsan mas nakakasatisfy ang gumanti. Di ka gago deserves to be posted in petty revenge. I feel like that's just the nature of this post is more not that if OP's the gago or hindi. It's more di ka gago. Ideally in the future or now, if you're feeling up for it, to ano na din, parang for your own safety. Pabarangay mo siya, ipablotter, basta like get somebody in your area to at least like, you know, be aware of your current situation with this dude. And like have both cakes. Do the revenge. What the fuck? Why are people so mad at revenge? I mean, this is the are you an asshole subreddit. Nga naman. Kung gago ka nga naman ba? Okay. Di ka gabo. Whoa, di ka gago. Kapag malapit ka na sa kanya, put your phone on and video and record him when he does those things. Catcalling is a crime. At pwede siya ipakulong. Take the cudgels of other women and save them from potential sexual assault. Jail the pervert. Totoo na lang. I feel like final verdict, di ka gago, but there is definitely something you can do. I mean, well, yes. Alam mo yun. Like, parang like, you are aware. You are able to come on to this Reddit post. You're able to detail the accounts of the things that happened to you regarding this man. I feel like you could also do that to authorities that ideally could help you, or at least like if there's someone you know in your closer vicinity that could help you. Para lang at least na like they said na parang save other women from potential assault. Which is good. But also again, alam mo yun, like we live in a country where it's like that's the police are our most reliable people when it comes to these. Alam mo yun, like it could definitely help. It could definitely be not a little pessimistic about it, but I agree. It's good that there is an avenue for you to be able to say this and formally file like a complaint about it. Okay. Okay. Saan tayo? Story number 4. Ako ba yung gago kung hindi ko pinahiram yung kapitbahay naming may 7 anak? Wow! Someone's busy. Okay. Okay. Me, 25F, paalis na ng bahay kanina. Medyo nagmamadali kasi ako tapos biglang may tumawag sa aking ate. Kaya napastop ako. Nagulat ako kasi paglingon ko, di ko naman siya kilala pero familiar siya. Kapitbahay namin. Panganay na anak siya ni ating may 7 na anak. Bagong lipat sila nitong December lang. Mga nasa 15 years old ata siya, lalaki. Oh my God, panganay niya 15. Wow. Okay. Mga nasa 15 years old ata siya, lalaki. So, ang sabi ko, ano yun? Ate, baka pwede makahiram si mama ng 500. Di pa po kasi dumadating si mama. Sagot niya sa akin. Naku, wala akong cash ngayon eh. Yan yung sagot ko. Pero totoong wala talaga kasi akong cash. Kahit Gcash po ate, yung dalawa ko po kasing kapatid, nagugutom na, kailangan na po maggatas, sagot niya. Bigla akong naawa. Bukod sa sobrang soft-hearted ko, nakakaawa yung tono ng boses niya. Kita din sa mata niya. Kahit Gcash wala ako mag-withdraw pa lang ako. Balikan kita pag uwi ko kung meron. Pero di pa ako makakonfirm ha. Sabay tangon na lang siya. Sabay tangon na lang siya nung umalis na ako. So ngayon, nasa labas pa ako. Di ko alam kung papahiramin ko ba sila. Ang nakakainis kasi, yung magulang na yon palaging wala. Di ko alam kung saan nagpupunta. Basta lagi ko na lang naaabutan yung panganay na yon na nagbabantay sa mga kapatid niyang bata pa. Imagine, ang babata pa nila talaga. Tapos, ang babata pa talaga ng iba, kaya kailangan maggatas. Kaya, nagdadalawang isip ako kung papahiramin ko ba. Kasi, unang-una, hindi ko naman sila kilala at strangers talaga kami. At pangalawa, di ko naman responsibilidad yung kapabayaan ng magulang nila eh. Anak ng anak, di pala carry. Ay. Pangatlo, malay ko ba kung babayaran ako? So, ako ba yung gago kung hindi man sila mapapahiram or pahiramin ko na lang para matapos na tong iniisip ko? Nababother kasi talaga ako. Naawa ako sa mga bata at naiinis ako sa mga magulang. Early verdict. Feeling ko naman, if you are at a position to give, just give. Hot take? Is that a hot take? I feel like if you're in a position to be able to give out like 500, like that, I mean, what, I was gonna say, what's the bad it could do, but it could definitely spiral into something worse. Let's see, I feel like there are ways that you could help that's not necessarily in this manner that might repeat. Alam mo, currently in this situation, I mean, if you have a spare 500, just give the 500. I mean, the kid's the one asking for it also. But at the same time, alam mo yun, parang like, this could definitely escalate. And I feel like OP then, I don't think is willing to involve themselves in this situation. But I always say, parang like, if there is like leeway for you to do a good deed, do a good deed. Why stop the good deed from happening? Alam mo yun, like, there is definitely, but I understand the parang dangers of like getting involved with strangers. Like, sino ko nga naman ba? But at the same time, like, if strangers are getting involved in the buying of essentials ng mga batang kapatid niya, maybe there has to be like other forces coming in that are not necessarily in their immediate circle. No. Let's read the comments. Di ka gago, bigyan mo na lang ng food if you're really bothered. Pero set boundaries, mahirap na, baka abusuhin. Totoo. OP, thank you. Yun nga, nagsabi na rin ako sa mga cousins ko. Ayun, nagsabi ako, nagdahilan na lang ako na kesyo wala. Haha. Nakauwi na ako lahat-lahat, wala pa din si mama nila. Oh my God. WG, walang gago. Minsan umaabot na talaga yung gutom. Umaabot na talaga yung gutom na pati sa hindi ka kilamang hihiran. I've been there, OP. Pwede mo po ba ako i-message para mag-abot ng kaunting tulong para sa kanila? Please, thank you. Oh, ayun naman na walang gago. Again, we don't have a grasp of everybody's situation. We only know what OP sees. Di ka gago. Natural na sa atin makaramdam ng awa pero hindi mo sila responsibilidad. Bigyan mo na lang ng pagkain kung mayroon kang sobra. Just be careful na hindi sila tuluyan umasa sa'yo. Dagdag alalahanin mo pa yan. May kanya-kanya din naman tayong pinagdadaanan at hindi lahat ng kaya natin matulungan. Darating din yung araw na titibay ka sa ganyan. May mga pagkakataon na sasamantalahin nila kabaitan mo. Kaya always be mindful. I feel like first and foremost, we should be nice. Is that a hot take? I just have a feeling na parang the fact that our first instinct is baka maabuso tayo is kind of sad. But at the same time, I truly understand where that comes from. It's not like it's a unheard of. But at the same time, I feel like we should be able to allow ourselves to be wary but also do the good thing. Because I feel like, alam mo yun, like, this clearly is like, I don't know, like, she wouldn't post on this subreddit about this if she didn't feel some sort of way na parang like, oh, but I do want to help. Right? Na parang like, I understand the side of it, like, they're not my responsibility. But also, I'm just like, we're all just humans in this world. But, and what is this, like, shift of energy? I'm so kumbaya right now. Walang gago. Buy the milk and food to eat. Maybe you're the only chance for them to survive. Plus one to this. Kawawa din yung mga bata. Pero pag pera kasi, baka malaman ng parents at pati sila mangutang. Yeah, without any other context, Ateng seems like a struggling solo parent whose only viable choice was to leave her kids. Gets. Pero, ayun nga. Di ka gago, pero need yung info, baka naman kasi walang gago. Mahirap kasi mang-judge dun kay Ateng. Sa perspective ko since di ko alam, malay mo madaming trabaho si Ateng, kaya mukhang laging di present. If nababother ka talaga, payamin mo once yung pera na kaya mong i-let go without expecting na babalik and di ka makaka-hurt up sa budget mo. Kung babayaran, edi goods. Kung hindi, edi hindi na talaga makakaulit. I agree with this. Parang like, you should give a little bit of leeway for you to be done dirty if you feel like it's a good deed. Alam mo yun? Gets ba? Parang like, good. I like this philosophy of like, okay, I'll let you borrow. I will not have the expectations it will be back, or it wouldn't hurt me necessarily budget wise, money wise, if this money doesn't come back to me. Kung babayaran, edi good, great. Yung ano mo yun? Kung hindi, edi charge to me na okay, at least alam ko. Parang ganun. I am starting to see the pattern in these comments that are like, di ka gago, hindi mo sila responsibility. Di ka gago, di mo anak, wala kang responsibility. I'm just like, guys, what happened to community? When did we get so individualistic? Alam mo yun? I mean, I get it. But also at the same time, I wish there are more avenues. I wish people didn't get swindled more. I wish people got rewarded. You naman got rewarded. Alam mo yun, like, where we are so again. There's no more hope. Bakit ang samang pakinggan? We should be more hopeful. We should have more hope in our lives. Ganon, tama. Ako, personal verdict, walang gago. For now. Because I don't know their situation that well. I don't think OP knows your situation. They're strangers. For now, walang gago. Kasi like, alam mo yun, parang, you are all in a predicament. In a better world, these people wouldn't be struggling to find um food. In a perfect world, there are like government initiatives to not get to this point. Alam mo yun. Na parang like that stuff is accounted for. And I think there are probably, but I don't think it's like it's not reaching enough people. And sometimes the people that it's not reaching are these people. I just my takeaway from this Reddit story is that there is a lot of like, that's not your child, not your responsibility. Well, hindi mo naman talaga responsibilidad yun. But I'm like, would it hurt to be a person? Would it hurt to be a part of the people? What? Anyways, whatever. Last story. Ako ba yung gago na nilagyan ko yung lock? Wow. Okay. Ako ba yung gago? Nilagyan ko ng lock yung drum ng tubig namin sa boarding house. Wild. Okay. I, F, 30, living with my partner, M, 33, in a boarding house. May common area sa boarding house like kitchen and bathroom. May 2 bathrooms sa floor namin and dedicated na siya per room. So kami ng partner ko and the other rooms sa tabi namin, which happen to be empty, sa CRA. The other CR, CRB, dun sa remaining rooms sa other side ng floor. Malinaw tong naipaliwanag sa amin ng landlady. Wala akong issue sa sharing ng common areas basta walang gamitan ng personal items. For instance, gamit sa banyo na di naman pwedeng lagi mong dalhin sa loob ng kwarto, malaking drum, tabo. Yung drum namin, malaki kasi pang 2 tao and pwedeng pag-ipunan ng tubig. May lid din siya para sana di madumihan at di galawin ng ibang tao. May issue kasi itong boarding house sa tubig. Usually, low pressure to no water talaga from 10 p.m. onwards. So kami, lalo ako, nag-iipon talaga ako ng tubig from the moment na matapos ako maligo hanggang before 10 p.m. So kada bawas dun sa drum ng tubig, pinapalitan ko talaga habang may tubig pa. One night, as usual, nag-ipon ako ng tubig before 10 p.m. Alalang-alala ko, pinuno ko yung malaking drum at isang timba na pambuhas sa toilet after ko maligo ng mga 9 p.m. And wala naman sa amin ng partner ko nag-CR from 9:30 hanggang 1 a.m. Pagbalik ng partner ko from the CR, tinanong niya ako kung nag-ipon ako ng tubig. Dahil tinanong ko, bakit? Sabi niya, walang laman yung timba dun sa banyo eh. Sabi ko, huh? Hindi naman ako nag-CR pa. Nakaligo na ako at lahat. That night, wala naman ibang tao doon kundi kami ng partner ko na tanging gumagamit ng CRA at isang tenant na assigned sa CRP. Pwede na i-conclude na yung other tenant yung gumamit kasi wala naman talagang ibang tao sa floor na yun kundi kaming 3 lang. The next night, narinig na naman namin na may gumagamit ng CRA after 10 p.m. which means mahina ang tubig o walang tubig at all. Nagpuno ako ulit kasi baka walang tubig sa umaga, paano maliligo bago pumasok? So humiga ako sa kama na assured na may tubig ako panligo kinabukasan, so no matter what happens. Inabangan ko sa labas ng CRA, ayun, confirmed. Si other tenant ang naligo. Non-verbatim convo. Me, kuya, ba't ka dyan naliligo? Kuya, mahina kasi yung tubig sa CR namin eh. Me, di ba alam mo naman na nawawalan ng tubig? Ba't di ka nag-ipon? Kuya, hindi naman ako laging nandito. He goes to work, day shift. Me, kami rin naman wala kami dito maghapon but we make sure may ipon o kung wala mang ipon, maghintay na lang bumalik ang tubig. Kagabi inubos mo yung inipon kong tubig. Kuya, madaling araw na, anong gagawin ko? Okay. Gising na gising kami nung oras na ginagamit mo yung tubig, ni hindi mo man lang ba naisip na magpaalam? Di mo naisip na di naman para sa yung inipon niyang tubig? Kuya, magkano ba babayaran ko na lang? Wow! Woof! Me, hindi nga yun yung point, pero wisyo ka, kampante ako sa loob ng kwarto na may tubig ako magagamit, tapos ganyan gagamitin mo lang na para bang pakiramdam mo, nakisuyo ka. Na para bang pakiramdam mo nakisuyo ka na pag-ipunan ka ng tubig. Gagamitin mo nang walang paalam tapos pag nakasalubong mo kami, ngingiti-ngiti ka lang. My point here is, ano bang humingi ka ng ng dispensa at inubos mo yung tubig na inipon ng ibang tao na di naman para sa'yo, ano bang mag-ipon ka ng tubig after mo maligo sa umaga at umuwi ka ng maaga before 10 p.m. para may abutan kang tubig? Dumiretso siya sa kwarto niya na patawa-tawa. After that conversation, nag-decide kami ng partner ko na lagyan ng padlock yung drum. Binutasan yung lid ng drum at nilagyan ng padlock. Bukod dyan, nagpa-skill din ako sa sign ng pintuan ng CRA. Wow, CRA. Walang tubig every night from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Mag-ipon ng tubig, hindi yung inuubos yung ipon ng iba. Wow! Okay, alright. Damn! Okay. Hindi lang kasi siya once or twice nangyari. May isang beses na umuwi kami galing mall. Tapos tonight, narinig na naman namin na may pumasok sa CRA. Pero lumabas din agad. Chinek ng partner ko, same guy. Wala na siyang mapapala dun sa CR kasi nakapadlock na yung drum namin. Hindi lang kasi once or twice nangyari. May isang beses na umuwi kami galing mall. Tapos saktong nakasalubong namin siya. Before 10 na naman yon. Pero nung mag-wash up kami sana, pagtingin namin sa drum namin, walang laman. Bago kami umalis, pununo namin yun. Imagine, ang kapal ng mukha, pagligo doon, di man lang pinalitan yung nagamit na tubig. Sino di maiinis? Galit. Oh, please, galit. Baka may magsabi na bakit di ko airport sa landlady yung tungkol sa walang tubig. Ilang beses ko na nagreklamo dun sa landlady. Pero talagang ganun daw. Kaya ako na nagsabi sa partner ko na bumili na lang kami ng malaking drum. Okay. Magreklamo about the tubig part. Akala ko about si tenant. So, ako ba yung gago kung nilagyan ko ng padlock yung drum ng tubig namin? Feeling ko ang damot ko sa tubig at di ako marunong makisama. Pero gabi kasi talaga. Early verdict, di ka gago. It's the same concept of like if you have a roommate and your roommate's eating your food. What the fuck am I gonna do? What am I gonna do here? Why are you eating my food na hindi ka nagpapaalam sa akin? What the fuck is wrong with you? Same idea. Na alam mo yun, parang like everybody in this entire boarding house, alam naman nila na by this time, nagkakaubusan ng tubig, hindi nag-aano yung tubig. So, plan ahead. It's not OP's fault that you are not able to plan ahead. And it's like, alam mo yun, parang like, it really does cement OP as di siya gago because of how the guy reacted to it. Hindi man lang siya nag-sorry. Siya pa yung tumawa. Crazy. Okay, anyways. Di ka gago. You only made a measure to secure yourselves against one of the problems of living with communal facilities. OP, salamat po sa pag-intindi. Minsan kasi nasabihan ako ng partner ko na parang daw di ako marunong makisama sa ka-boarding house namin. And nagtitimpi lang naman ako most of the time. Reklamador ako, oo. Pero ito yung first time na sumabog talaga ako at ni-confront ko yung other person in the boarding house. First time ko kasi tumira sa ganito. May bahay kami ng family ko na sarili. But when I decided to move in with my partner, dahil ngayon sa family issues, dumito na ako while nag-iipon ng pambili ng sarili naming bahay. Valid. Personal na obligasyon ang mag-ipon ng tubig pag problema ang supply. Tumira na ako dati sa ganyang klaseng setup. Ang ginagawa namin, pinapasok namin sa kwarto yung timba-timbang tubig na ipon namin. Ultimo tabo, pinupunuan namin. Hindi mo cargo problema ng iba. Kung ganyan ang asal ng kaboard nyo, hayahay sila. Kung ala sila maipaligo, himurin na lang nila sarili nila na parang pusa. Alright. No, di ka gago. Kupal yung isang tenant na kala niya kayang bayaran lahat ng pera. That was weird. That was really weird. Di sana maghanap siya ng magandang apartment na may 24/7 tubig kung talagang mapera siya. Valid. Okay. Di ka gago. Tama lang yung ginawa mo. Kung ako yan, yung CR na mismo lalagyan ko ng padlock, mamaya babuyin niya pa yung CR nyo. Like mag-iwan ng poop para gumanti sa padlock ng dam. Gusto ko na nga mag-request ng CCTV kaso baka dagdagan pa ng upa namin. Ang maganda dito kasi sa boarding house namin, included na ilaw at tubig na binabayaran ko. Pero ibig sabihin din nun, pwede magmalakihang appliances at maglaban ng pangmalakasan. Okay. What if ikaw bumili ng CCTV? Totoo, cheap lang naman yan. Also, can you padlock the CR assigned to you rather than just the big room? Para talagang excuse na okay, but I don't know. I feel like that's a lot na. This is entering like madaming usapang territory. Kami naman ata mapapasama dun sa landlady. Valid. Kasi from the get-go naman, alam naman namin shared CR talaga yan. But I will bring this up to her since sobrang pasaway yung tenant niya. Valid. But honestly, you just talk to your landlady about it. She could definitely maybe she can figure something out.
Di ka gago, paano na lang kung taing-tay ka na tapos anong panghuwas at pangbuhos, makakapalan ng mukha ang meron dun sa taong yun. Buti nga sa kanya. Yung night before ng confrontation, apparently tumae siya, kaya naubos niya yung tubig. Ayaw bumaba ng tae niya. Diyos ko, tapos naligo pa after. Help! Ang funny naman doon. Anyways, yun na naman. That's all for today's episode. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Because I did. Anyways, thank you so much. I'm doing this. This is officially now a bi-weekly podcast. So yeah, I will be seeing you bi-weekly. Period. Okay. Sige. Yan na. Bye. Have a happy weekend.